This 49ers mailbag here on the 49ers Report is brought to you by our sportsbook partner at BetUS. If you use the promo code Niners125, you get a 125% deposit bonus. So that means if you deposit $100, then that turns into $225, and you can make some awesome wagers on the 49ers this year. We have some odds coming up for you on this mailbag. David Vilma chiming in with another question. Appreciate that $5 super chat. Who do you think is our best free agent pickup? I like Samson Ebukam. Beast right there. I think Samson Ebukam is a signing that kind of flew under the radar a little bit. A lot of people don't know what position he plays, whether or not he's going to be a traditional edge rusher or if he's going to play linebacker. I think you just use him as an edge rusher and you just cater to his skill set and his strengths. Just let him pin his ears back, be aggressive, and get after the quarterback. He was really impressive in a short sample size with Brandon Staley's defense last year with the Los Angeles Rams. And when I went back and watched him, he definitely flashed at times. And I think if he gets more playing time, that could be a really good value signing by the 49ers. Another question coming in from Charles Keller. What are your thoughts on the Warner contract? When do you think we will extend? I believe he's a must to keep the captain of our defense. You have to sign Fred Warner to a contract extension. I know I'm new to the 49ers Report. I just started at Chat Sports on March 1st, but one of my favorite players to watch in the 2020 season was Fred Warner. He was one of those players where when you're watching a game, you don't watch the ball. You just watch him roam and ruin and wreak havoc in games because he just has that sideline to sideline speed, the physicality, and that nasty nature to him. I think he's going to be a stud for a really long time, and I think the 49ers would be foolish not to sign him to a large contract. I would do that ASAP if I'm John Lynch or Kyle Shanahan. How about this question from Sammy Slaps? Do you think Nick Bosa can return to form and be as good as his rookie year? No doubt about it, Sammy Slaps. I think Nick Bosa, who was one of the best defenders, not just rookie defenders, one of the best defenders in the league back in 2019 after the 49ers used that high draft pick on him, was exceptional. 2019 in that Super Bowl season, 47 tackles, 9 sacks, 17 tackles for loss, elite numbers for a rookie. And as medical advances have been made, torn ACLs, not the same injuries that they once were when they would seriously ruin players' careers. I've seen videos of Nick Bosa working out. He looks really explosive. He looks really strong. I think he does return to form, and he produces for this 49ers defense and is a huge reason why this 49ers defense under first-year defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans is one of the best in the entire league. How about this question? Over under 10.5 sacks for Nick Bosa this season. 9 as a rookie back in 2019. Is he going to surpass 10 or 10.5? Get your votes in down below. You can just type something as simple as O for over 10.5 or U for under. I'm going to go ahead and say, I think Nick Bosa does have more than 10.5 sacks. Why do I think that? This 49ers defensive line has a lot of talent across the board. So the focus isn't solely going to be on Nick Bosa, nor can it be, because there are other options that you have to hone in on if you're the offensive line. So I'm going to go and smash that over. And maybe that's a bet I make thanks to BetUS prior to this season. Next question coming in from Preachy Goblin. I think you would be awesome rocking some 49ers gear. Sometime soon, I'll be rocking the scarlet red, the white, and the gold. I think I'd look pretty good too. We had a guy ripping my shirt. I wonder if he would say the same thing if I was rocking some 49ers gear. So tell the bosses to get me some 49ers gear, and I'll rock it on the show for you. This question coming in from Ephraim, who I know is an avid watcher of the 49ers Report. What's up with Jalen Hurd? That guy ever going to play? I like his skill set. Yeah, I like his skill set too, just hasn't been able to stay on the field. Jalen Hurd tore his ACL early on last year. He's expected to be back and fully recover from that aforementioned torn ACL. I talk about the 49ers needing a jump ball wide receiver and a physical presence on the outside because Deebo Samuel, Brandon Aiyuk aren't necessarily those guys. If Jalen Hurd is healthy, he can be that type of player because he possesses those qualities. And if he's full strength and healthy, I think he can be really good. It really just all comes down to health. I appreciate that question. This 49ers Q&A mailbag, all brought to you by our sportsbook partner, BetUS. BetUS. This deal sounds fake, but I promise you it's real and it is not fake news. If you go to chatsports.com/49bet and enter the promo code Niners125, you get a 125% deposit bonus. That is a better deal than any sports book out there. I promise you that. And if you're in a state that hasn't legalized sports gambling yet, doesn't matter. You can still use that deal, and you have to use that link. So go to chatsports.com/49bet. You get a 125% deposit bonus. And speaking of putting down some cheddar and laying some wagers, how about these ones right here that I cooked up for you? 49ers over-under for wins set at 10.5. I just predicted that the 49ers are going to win 12. I'm smashing the over. San Francisco to win the NFC, plus 550. Pretty good value there because they have a talented roster that could do that. San Francisco to win the NFC West, plus 175, and the 49ers to win the Super Bowl at plus 1,400, meaning that is 14-1 odds for the 49ers to raise the Lombardi Trophy. Hey, you can get all those bets in thanks to our sportsbook partner at BetUS by using that link at the bottom of your screen, as well as that promo code. Noe, $5 super chat. You the man. You're going to help give us beer. You're awesome. Could Alfredo Gutierrez beat out McGlinchy at right tackle? I don't think so. Alfredo Gutierrez, who hails from Mexico and is a developmental story, kind of like what Alejandro Villanueva was coming out of Army, who entered the league with Chip Kelly and the Eagles back several years ago, found a firm spot with the Pittsburgh Steelers and was a long-term starter, very durable too. I don't think he ever missed a game. You put Alfredo Gutierrez in that category where it's going to take a lot of time. You're very intrigued by the skills as well as the size and the athleticism, but I think I was reading that Gutierrez can't be on the active roster this year, so that's more of a play for the future. Good question, though, because those types of stories, they're fascinating to follow because I just think the development of players like that is just wild. Talking of UDFAs, this question from Mac, who is your favorite undrafted free agent signing this year? Let's see. Elijah Sullivan's up there. Justin Hilliard, I think, has the most realistic opportunity to make the roster of any of the UDFAs. That's a guy who is a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, signed on with the Buckeyes. He just had to deal with a plethora of injuries. Here are some of the UDFAs, the last 4, Alfredo Gutierrez not included, Justin Hilliard, Josh Peterson, Elijah Sullivan, Austin Watkins. Those are the UDFAs that the 49ers actually officially signed today. I like Justin Hilliard. I think he can make the roster right away because he has special teams experience with Ohio State. So I'm going to go ahead and say him, but Austin Watkins, another good name, who's a big body wide receiver. Another question coming in from David Vielma. Other than Bosa, who could command a double team with a healthy D-line? I think you mean on the 49ers roster. I'm not sure. 49ers restructured the contract of D Ford. If he's healthy, I think he can be productive. Injury is a huge issue there. Javon Kinlaw is a beast. I mean, Javon Kinlaw flashed at times as a rookie last year. High draft pick out of South Carolina, first-round pick at that. And I think he's going to make a big leap to his second year, so I'm going to go with those guys. Johnny Coolwater, do you think Kyle is a good head coach? I think he's a good play caller, but his head coach calls can be highly suspect. Too many runs on 3rd and long and passes on 1st down. Johnny Coolwater, if you're not high on Kyle Shanahan, I think you're a little bit crazy. Kyle Shanahan is one of the best coaches across the entire NFL, one of the most innovative and creative offensive play callers. And look, the lone season that he had stability at quarterback with Jimmy Garoppolo, they made it to the Super Bowl. So why I'm so excited about Trey Lance coming to the Bay is because of Kyle Shanahan. He finally gets to develop a young quarterback prospect and can mold him like a ball of clay. So I think you're going to see with the development of Trey Lance that Kyle Shanahan is truly elite as a head coach. Pitter Patter 007 chiming in. We didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver last year and didn't draft a wide receiver this year. Will we have a 1,000-yard receiver this year? Brandon Aiyuk, Deebo Samuel, certainly capable of that. So too is George Kittle. I know George Kittle is a tight end, But those three guys, highly capable of compiling 1,000 yards in the air game. So I think all of them can accumulate more than 1,000 yards if they're able to stay healthy. So, yeah, I think it's totally possible. Pitter patter 007, James Bond swag. So I say that and I pose this question. Will the 49ers have a 1,000-yard receiver? Good job by producer Jeremy for cooking up this question really quickly. If you think the 49ers could have a 1,000-yard receiver this season, type Y for yes or type N for no. Get your votes in the comment section below. I mean, Noe GQ Pena, he's a real OG. $10 for beers and a burger. I hope McGlinchy eats a lot of burgers before the season. Doesn't even ask a question, but chimes in with a $10 super chat. He's a real one and a real OG and a guy who continues to support the 49ers Report. We might even say that you solely fund the 49ers Report with all those super chats. You're the man, and maybe McGlinchy does indulge in some burgers before the season. Makes me hungry for a burger too. Hopefully you're eating up. We're eating up because you're paying us. Good looks on that. Shanav, trade for Tim Patrick. The wide receiver for the Broncos? I would probably say no. But yeah, I don't really think that you need to. Maybe you look at a UDFA, like Austin Watkins, to make this roster without having to give up assets and make a trade. I don't really think you have to pull the trigger on a deal like that. Do me a favor here. Hey, support the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. We're bringing you the latest news, rumors, offseason updates, and more. The best part about the 49ers Report, it is all free. This is the best 49ers coverage here on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel because we're pushing out 49ers videos every single day. That link down below, youtube.com/49erstv, or if you see that red subscribe button down below, smash that. We just surpassed 35,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of you for supporting the show and continue to do so if you haven't done so already.